Every Spider-Man adaptation has elements that fans will adore. Some of the elements that made those iterations great include the suit of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films, Andrew Garfield's performance in The Amazing Spider-Man, the coherence of the plot and high school feel that Jon Watts brought to the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, and the exploration of the Spider-Verse in the Miles Morales, Shameik Moore, animated films. The best adaptation of the wall-crawling superhero that is in practically everyone's top 3 superheroes is probably Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which feels like it has both broken and adhered to the mold in the best way possible this season. It updates some comic book storylines while maintaining the core of these characters. An interesting Season 2 and maybe a long-term future for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man were set up by the show's Season 1 finale, which further committed to these patterns. We discover in the finale, If This Be My Destiny, that Peter's, Hudson Thames, Genesis is actually a time loop, and that this lays the groundwork for Peter to face special and dangerous difficulties in the future. Additionally, Peter's personal life can become even more unstable in the future, just when he believes it is starting to stabilize. The origin of the character has usually been difficult for Spider-Man adaptations to explain. Why did the spider affect Peter in this way, and why does no one else get bitten? These questions were mostly disregarded in Raimi and Holland's trilogies. And Garfield's films provided us with a fairly drawn-out explanation. The explanation provided by Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, however, is constrained but exploratory. Using the justification that humanity ought to possess the ability of gods, because of the collateral carnage that Thor and the Chitauri have unleashed. Osborn, Coleman Domingo, discloses that the interns have been working on an Einstein-Rosen bridge through their research. The symbiote-like creature from the first episode, Amazing Fantasy, emerges as it opens to a void in space after Doctor Strange, Robin Atkin Downes, is sedated for trying to stop Osborn. As Doctor Strange tries to take the time stone somewhere else, the symbiote tampers with it, revealing that Doctor Strange from the first episode was truly from the future. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fight the Beast. In this intriguing time loop, the symbiote assisted in the creation of Spider-Man, and Peter's blood also produced him when the spider Osborn had been testing escaped and bitten him. After Strange and Peter successfully reintroduced the creature through the portal, a fragment of the symbiote infiltrates, hinting at the arrival of a completely terrible power in our world. Peter asks Strange about the future when they subsequently cross paths, figuring that if someone can travel back in time, they must also be able to travel forward. Strange simply informs Peter that he can't tell him that, but he reassures our hero by informing him that Spider-Man will be prepared for whatever comes up, much like when Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., asked Strange the same question during Avengers: Endgame. The revelation of a Watcher in the sky, observing Peter, comes just when we believe that this scenario is merely concluding their friendship. Then there is sting after sting. Osborn discovers the symbiote. Otto, Hugh Dancy, designs his tentacles while incarcerated. Peter's fellow intern Jean, Anjali Kunapanini, whom we saw skulking around in the Duel with the Devil episode, turns out to be collaborating with Daredevil, Charlie Cox, to infiltrate Oscorp, and Lonnie, Eugene Bird, is more dedicated to the 1/10th gang than ever as its leader, with portions of his skin pigment fading to reveal a more comic-accurate pale hue. Appropriate for his moniker, Tombstone. It's evocative of the montage of all the villains preparing for Season 2 in Invincible's Season 1 finale, and it foreshadows a similar kind of increase in the dangers Peter will encounter going forward. One of the main themes of Spider-Man in all of its incarnations is Peter's effort to maintain a balance between his personal and superhuman lives. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man makes this balance even more difficult because the two may start to blur. There are 2 bits of good news for Peter in this episode. When their science project is successful, Pearl, Kathy Ong, finally refers to him as Peter instead of Petey, indicating that she is beginning to view him as an equal rather than the toddler she babysat. Following Osborn's breach of Peter's confidence with the Einstein-Rosen bridge, Harry, Zeno Robinson, establishes his own business to grant Peter greater independence and autonomy. Harry extends an invitation to Lonnie and the other interns. the situation is not entirely positive, as we are left wondering if Harry will be able to resist his father's influence and how Lonnie would utilize this to the 1/10's benefit. Moreover, Nico, Grace Song, talks to her mother, whose soul seems to be in the amulet she wears through magic, even if they make a vow to keep no more secrets. The episode's largest reveal is then given to us. In order to pose intriguing queries about Peter's father Richard's incarceration, Aunt May, Carrie Walgren, is shown visiting with him in prison. Given how Peter would respond to the sense of numerous personal betrayals, it seems certain that all of this will be disclosed to him, even if they have good reasons that we could learn about in Season 2. All things considered, we have a lot to look forward to in the upcoming seasons of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. In addition to Spider-Man's origin story being explored in a unique way, we still don't know who stole the spider or where it is today. In addition, Peter's adversaries are becoming more formidable and preparing for violent conflicts that can test our hero's limits, making Scorpion, Jonathan Medina, appear weak in contrast. The upcoming season of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is definitely worth watching because, even if Peter's personal life may be doing better right now, several revelations and plot points will undoubtedly make things harder for him than they were previously. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK BYTES.